Yo, what's happening everyone? It's your boy here, Abdurrahim, back again with another great, amazing graphics design tutorial. You already know what it is, what it does, and something which is so great about this tutorial of today. So yesterday was Sunday, I was sitting somewhere at a cave and my idea just blew out like poof. Then what I was thinking is just one thing. I had an iPod, an old iPod, right? So I took this shot to two shots. So I'm gonna share with you guys on my big screen here, so as you can just check it out. So I had this first shot, which is this iPod, as you can see guys, which is something which is so awesome. So I took this iPod, like just wanted to take it a shot, and I have the second one picture, which is this one. It's a slice of a cake. Now what we're gonna do today is something which is so great. Now I'm gonna just open up my picture on Photoshop by using just Photoshop. I'm gonna do this tutorial on Photoshop. So we are inside our picture. Now as you can see, this is something which is so amazing, and all those pictures which you're taking, perhaps if you want to just do something like this, make sure that you take the same pictures with the same environment, so as they don't do the mashup and stuff like that. So go all the way, zoom in, and I want you guys to use the pen tool because this screen is a little bit rounded. So use the pen tool. So make some selection here, and but is it that much making selection outside? But I can make it inside the LCD. I was thinking outside, but let me just keep it inside. So I'm gonna make selection inside the LCD, which is something which is so perfect. Now press Ctrl plus Enter. Make sure that you duplicate, like Ctrl plus J to duplicate, so as you can have something like this. And after that, bring your picture which you have the second shot, drag it on Photoshop. You have a picture like this one. I was like, you have Photoshop like this one, but you have a picture like this one. What's gonna happen is go all the way to the layer panel, right click it, make a clipping mask. You can see it's a little bit coming up. So if I squeeze it a little bit, just a little bit, I have to somewhere there, you see, somewhere there, because I'm trying matching, because you know, if you're taking a picture on a smaller screen, the screen size of the camera will be a little bit smaller, but if it was like a tablet, it would be much bigger. Now you can see the picture is not focused. I can zoom in, but the background is focused, which is something which is so awesome. So you can see guys, we created something like this, which is so awesome. Now the second thing which you're gonna do to make it look more dramatic, more perfectly, I'm gonna just make a shape, a ellipse shape, whereby it's a camera selection. So I'm gonna just like make it a little bit smaller, somewhere there. So I'm gonna bring this element somewhere here. Now I'm gonna change the element to give it a little bit Apple element. You know, Apple, how much they capture throughout minimalism of the user interface. So just make something like this, like that. Now I'm gonna duplicate the shape again and make it fill, so as we can have fill on this shape. And after that, Ctrl plus T for duplicating. Sorry guys, Ctrl plus T for quick transformation. Now I'm gonna just bring it down inside up to somewhere here, and make sure that you release it. You can see we have our button there, which is perfect. This is the capture button, which means if I click the center button of the menu, like there's a button somewhere here, it indicates it's this button. So you're playing around with the user interface, so you can give it like a little bit of a feel whereby this looks legitimate, real, but it's actually Photoshop. So on here, I'm gonna make a linking, like I'm gonna link all the two layers. After that, I'm gonna change the opacity for both of them a little bit opacity, just like that. But I guess I could go more opacity, yeah, somewhere there. Now after that, you know that how Apple, they keep up throughout like how they mash up their user interface, right? Now we're gonna just make sure that we have like some layout of elements, I guess so. So we are having a bunch of icons here, as you can see guys. We're gonna just select some few icons we need, especially when it comes to like the exposure icon. Like I need like exposure, I need that kind of HDR, so I need all those kind of icons which I think they'll just spark mostly. So I'm gonna just drag them and keep them on my layout, just somewhere there. So I need something like these two, rotate it somewhere here and keep it somewhere there. Just make sure that all the elements are aligned and make it somewhere there. Perfect. So we're gonna go and drag another one. So this is a HD. I need this one too. I'm gonna bring it somewhere here or somewhere here down, which is perfect. You know those elements, how much they're supposed to be sparking mostly. So I don't need a lot of elements, but I need just some few ones. I need even aspect ratio, which is perfect. So I'm gonna just keep the aspect ratio somewhere on the corner side, somewhere there. That's perfect. That's really looking legitimate. Just check it out. You can see how much it's sparked. So I guess we have just to bring this one on top and this one somewhere here, just like that. Now the second thing, I'm going to just drag and get this another kind of icon, which is something which is so great. This one now I'm going to keep it somewhere there. I'm gonna drag another one, and I guess which one can we pick right now? Yeah, I need, but this one indicates like it. I need like an iPod one to be so good. Select picture 128. I need a timer. Perfect. So I'm gonna just drag this timer and bring our timer somewhere here. Perfect. So we give it a little bit of space, and this one space. But do I even need HD? I guess I don't need HD. To make it look a little bit more legitimate, let me just keep the aspect ratio. So keep the aspect ratio somewhere there, and somewhere there, and somewhere there. And we have who selection. Let me just select it again, somewhere there. So we bring it up to here. Now what's going to happen is just that we need to keep the colors the same. The colors the same is the most great and appearing thing. So I'm going to merge my layer to be one single layer. I'm going to go all the way to blending option. Then I'm going to just like do the color overlay thing, which is perfect, so as they can be at the same color, which is Apple how they usually do it. So I'm gonna play around with opacity somewhere there. Now I'm gonna right click it and say, you know what, give me some rasterize the layer so as I can have the full control of the layer. I'm gonna just keep it somewhere there, which is something which is so great. Now if I zoom out, you can see guys, if I zoom out, that's how it looks like. Now we're having another kind of problem here. It's all about the look of the color grading. We need to sort it out. So doing the color grading and stuff, it's really kind of amazing if you're using the camera raw. So I'll be like merging everything together so as we can bundle up everything. Hold the background and hold the shift, click everything together, right click it and say merge layers, so as we can combine everything to be on one single layer, so as we can create that kind of color grading. Now Control Shift plus A, so as we can get that kind of camera raw. After that, I want you guys, you can play with the exposure, but I think I was thinking if we can just add some presets, but let's just play around and keep everything natural. Now I'm gonna just increase the contrasty and I'm gonna just play around with the highlights, so as a little bit minimal highlights, and the blackness too, so as I can add it on the iPod section to look more cool. And something else is the clarity. I need like to add more clarity and a little bit of dehaze, I guess a little bit of it. And after that, having this highlight, and I'm gonna like try going to this section and say, you know what, give me something like, I don't need grainy, but I need sharpness. So light sharpness, which is perfect. So you are having like creative here. You can play around with the color grading if you want. Like this one looks so warm and it looks so awesome. This one looks flat green, but you know what, I need something like this. It looks more like matte, which is something which is so dope. I'm gonna select this one, then I'm gonna just click OK somewhere there. So I was like asking myself a lot of questions, like, is this something which is so perfect, or should I just like not use the color grade which was matte? Forget about matte, let's get focused with our manipulation. Now you can see, guys, this is something which is so great we created, which is something which is so perfect, and it looks more realistic. You cannot say this is actually photoshopped. You can say the iPod has a camera, which this is an old iPod, but we try bringing things into, you know, that kind of stylish, which is something which is so great. So let me know in the comments down below what you're thinking about this kind of manipulation. Is it something for you, or you're like, man, it took a little bit longer, but you can mash it up? So as, because I just wanted to break down each kind of statement on how you can create this kind of manipulation, which is something which is so great. And last but not least, I'll be seeing you guys on the next one. As always, stay sharp and creative, and kudos, peace.